Alright, our next rhetorical device we'll look at is parallel structure. Oftentimes this goes hand in hand with a sentence. As you'll see later, I give you some of the exact same examples here. So here's a definition of parallel structure. You want to think about math. Two lines that are parallel never touch. Okay, they're equal in some ways. So parallel structure means using the same pattern of words to show that two or more words or ideas are of equal importance to help the reader comprehend what is being written. As a side note, it is grammatically correct to ensure that phrases, clauses, and items on a list after a colon use the correct parallel structure. And you'll see that in the last example. Now you're also going to see parallel structure in the course test to have at least one question on it, and it should be pretty easy to figure it out, especially after this wonderful tutorial that you're about to get through. So let's take our example from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. I came, I saw, I conquered. Yes, this is a sentence, but notice this. Each one begins with a pronoun or subject and a verb in the past tense. I came, I saw, I conquered. This would make this not an example of parallel structure. I came, which is in the past. I see, which is present. I will conquer, the future. You've got to be consistent in whatever you do, okay, especially with tenses. So even your tenses have to be parallel and or consistent. Okay, you're still not sure what parallel structure is. Let's take a look at this. This is something you might see on the course test. I like to bike, to run, to swim. In case you don't know what these are called infinitives. And notice we just list them in a row, 3 in a row here. And this is also a sentence. I don't see any conjunctions. This example fails to achieve parallel structure because of this bad boy right here. Notice my first two items here, to bike and to swim, are both infinitives, but running is just a participle, it's not infinitive. So this sentence would fail to achieve parallel structure. Okay, a few more. I've broken down these quotes from last time just so you can see exactly what parallel structure looks like. Now, if you'll notice, these aren't exactly all even. This one's a little shorter than this one's kind of long. That's okay. What we're really looking for here is at the beginning we see the similar syntax. Okay, similar syntax to go along. So let's start here. They are your rallying points. Colons. I've got a list coming. I like the colon. So here we go. To build courage when courage seems to fail. Notice I've got an infinitive in each one of these. To build, to regain, to create, followed by an abstract noun, courage, faith, hope, followed by when. And what comes after when can be, you know, we see we have here, it's a little bit different. It's okay. The point is these ideas are united. They seem to be built upon one another. They're of equal importance. Okay, so definitely we see parallel structure right here. Okay, let's go into Winston Churchill. We saw him from last time, and notice he does this. We shall, we shall, we shall, we shall, we shall. Again, not all the clauses are actually of equal line length, but he does go we shall followed by a type of verb. It doesn't have to be the same verb, but definitely should be a verb here if it's going to be parallel structure. We shall go, we shall fight, we shall fight, we shall fight, we shall defend. Okay, so a good example here of parallel structure as well as a sentence. You notice we see commas here at the end, so therefore these things generally go together. Let's take one more look at a list that it's not parallel and parallel. And this one, the dictionary can be used to find these word meanings, acceptable pronunciations, correct spellings, and looking up irregular verbs. You'll notice I have this highlighted here. Looking up here, this participle in a sense makes this fail to be a parallel structure. For the most part, we have 2 words, sometimes an adjective plus the noun, word meanings, acceptable pronunciations. Let's look at how we can make this parallel. You may have already figured it out. Okay, we can find these word meanings, acceptable pronunciations, correct spellings, and irregular verbs. Okay, if I put the and here, I lose my asyndeton, which is fine. You may not be going for that, but I could just as easily say this and make it asyndic. So word meanings, acceptable pronunciations, correct spellings, irregular verbs. So that is your tutorial for parallel structure.